Gordon Brown has repeated his support for his beleaguered Home Secretary Jacqui Smith, saying she should be allowed to get on with her job. Yesterday it emerged that her husband had watched 2 pornographic films paid for on her expenses. The couple have apologised and offered to pay back the money. Our political correspondent Ben Wright is in Westminster for us now. Ben.
On one hand, this is a fairly small story about the Home Secretary mistakenly claiming for 4 on-demand TV movies. 2 of them were adult, and she says that she didn't know that she was watching them, that she hadn't watched them, but her husband had. Now, the opposition parties, well, they have chosen to cringe about this rather than to condemn. But this is a story with much bigger significance because it has again raised the whole question of how MPs use their parliamentary allowances. Her home is already at the centre of an expenses investigation. And leaving it this morning, the Home Secretary faced the cameras again.
Secretary, is this not an issue of credibility now?
This morning she said nothing but how Jacqui Smith must wish her husband had watched something else. The revelation in a Sunday newspaper that she had charged Parliament for 2 adult movies has caused the Home Secretary deep embarrassment.
I am really sorry for any embarrassment I have caused Jacqui.
Yesterday, a damage limitation statement from Jacqui Smith's husband. It's G20 week for Gordon Brown and a chance to focus on the big issues. But at a press conference with the Australian PM, Gordon Brown was asked if he had confidence in one of his senior ministers.
The Home Secretary is doing a great job, and I don't think this issue should be allowed to detract from everything that she's doing to ensure we protect the public and keep our neighbourhoods safe. And she's done the right thing by taking steps to rectify the mistake that was made as soon as she became aware of it, and I think that is generally acknowledged.
But for a minister with one of the most important jobs in government, this spotlight on her expenses is damaging. There will be concern at Westminster about how the receipts of the Home Secretary found their way into a newspaper. But there'll be more concern about what this string of expenses scandals is doing to politics.
I think that Gordon Brown, David Cameron and myself should sit down soon and say, look, this is getting out of hand. We've got to sort this mess out. We shouldn't pretend someone else is going to sort it out. Let's agree on new rules and have them in place immediately.
The Prime Minister has ordered a review, but he's kicked it into the long grass. The review doesn't start till September. It's not going to report till after the next election.
This latest incident is awkward and embarrassing for Jacqui Smith. Her living arrangements are already being investigated by the Parliamentary Standards Commissioner. The Home Secretary insists that she's done nothing wrong. But for many, her use of parliamentary expenses has come to symbolise a dysfunctional system.
Have you resigned?
Now, of course, Jacqui Smith isn't the only senior politician to have questions asked about her expenses, but I think this is really a tipping point moment. And you heard Nick Clegg there saying that he is writing now to the leaders of the other 2 parties, demanding fast action on this, not waiting for the Standards Commission to produce its report. They really know they've got to get on top of this. I think there's been a tacit sort of understanding here for a long time that expenses, in a way, boost an MP's salary. And just a couple of minutes ago, the Senior Salaries Review Board came forward to say that MPs should get 2.33% during the next pay round. Now, how the public respond to that remains to be seen. Emily.
Ben, thanks very much. Ben, right there.